When learning a new language, speaking is usually the hardest part. I often catch myself repeating the same sentences or pausing for too long, trying to figure out what to say. Since I've been taking French classes more regularly, I decided to spend this week focusing specifically on improving my speaking. One thing that's been really helpful is practicing with dialogues. Instead of just memorizing words, I try to understand the context of the conversation, memorize the lines, and imitate how they're spoken. Over time, I start turning these dialogues into my own, so when I hear similar questions in real life, I can respond more naturally without overthinking. Research from the University of Waterloo in Canada shows that people remember words and text better when they read them out loud instead of silently. This is called the production effect. Reading out loud doesn't just help with pronunciation, it also builds a kind of muscle memory that helps words stick. I understood most of the dialogue, and after looking up a few words, I spent the evening reading it a few times to get familiar with it. It's normal to stumble over words at first. The goal isn't to be perfect, but to gradually build fluency through repetition. While reading, I also imagine how the conversation would play out, which helps me remember it more easily after.
Allô Nadia, ça va? Ça fait longtemps qu'on ne s'est pas parlé. Allô Karim? Oui, ça va bien, merci. Et toi, comment vas-tu? Ça va, je t'appelle parce que je voulais savoir si tu es libre ce week-end. Peut-être pourquoi? Tu as quelque chose en tête? Oui, je pense organiser un petit barbecue samedi chez moi. Rien de compliqué, juste quelques amis et de la bonne nourriture. Ça l'est sympa à quelle heure?
Another way to make words stick is to act them out. For example, you might bounce a ball or even imagine bouncing one while saying bounce a ball. This is called the enactment effect. It helps memory by linking the word to a specific action or event, which makes it easier to recall later. That's one reason dialogues are so helpful. Through roleplay, I can act out the situation and place myself in the scenario. In this dialogue, someone is invited to a friend's house for a barbecue. I imagine myself calling my friend and asking a few questions like whether I should bring anything to the party. Another thing I like to do is turn the dialogue into fill-in-the-blank exercise. Instead of just rereading it, I try to recall the missing words from memory. This is called retrieval practice, and study shows it helps information stick much better than simply reviewing it. I usually build these exercises around new words or parts of the dialogue that I tend to forget. It helps me check whether I actually remember them, not just recognize them. Writing the sentences out again also makes the process more active, and it reinforces how the phrases are used in context. Then I go back and correct or rewrite the parts I got wrong. Doing this helps me notice my mistakes and reinforce the correct phrasing, so I'm less likely to repeat the same mistakes next time.
Allô Nadia, ça va? Ça fait longtemps qu'on ne s'est pas parlé. Allô Karim, ça va bien? Comment vas-tu? Ça va, je t'appelle parce que je voulais si tu es libre ce week-end. Peut-être pourquoi? Tu as quelque chose en tête? Oui, je pense que organiser un barbecue samedi chez moi, rien de compliqué, juste quelques amis et de la bonne nourriture. Ça a l'air sympa. À quelle heure? Vers 5 heures l'après-midi. Comme ça, on profite du soleil avant qu'il fasse nuit. c'est bonne idée. Est-ce que je dois apporter quelque chose? Si tu veux, tu peux apporter une salade ou un dessert, mais ce n'est pas obligatoire. D'accord, je peux faire une salade de pâtes. Tout le monde aime ça. Parfait. Je voulais aussi te demander si tu venais un peu plus tôt pour m'aider à préparer. Pas de problème. Je peux arriver vers 15 heures. Merci, ça m'aiderait beaucoup. Je dois acheter quelque chose au supermarché avant. Tu as déjà invité beaucoup de personnes. Peut-être si sur cette personne, je préférerais la petite réunion. Moi aussi, c'est plus agréable pour discuter. Exactement. J'ai un nouveau voisin. Je vais l'inviter pour faire connaissance. C'est une bonne idée. Ça aide toujours à créer de bonnes relations. Oui, surtout quand on vient juste déménager dans un quartier. Tu habites depuis combien de temps maintenant? Environ 3 mois. Je commence à connaître le quartier. C'est bien, alors je viendrai samedi avec la salade. Parfait. Merci Nadia. À samedi.
Practicing this way for a week made me realize that memorizing sentences can really expand the way I speak. I felt more comfortable expressing myself, and the words started to come a bit more naturally. Instead of trying to build sentences from scratch every time, I'm beginning to recognize patterns from conversations I've practiced before.